Hello, good people. Papa Kelli here from Yes Gadgets KE, of course, the king of deals and offers in the entire country. And since mume request sana easy lessons, now I have to begin lessons officially. And today I'm going to do a comparison of two phones. And this is for people who have a budget of under 22,000. That is 22,000 and below. And these two phones are the recently launched Redmi Note 14 with 6 GB RAM, 128 internal storage for 21,450, and the Samsung A16 with 6 GB RAM, 128 GB internal storage for 21,000. Okay, so nataka tuangalie pamoja, and you will excuse me, I have had to do my notes because it is not easy to keep all this information kwa akili. And so what we are looking is which of these two is better than the other. Which should you go for? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my research on the two, and then it is you to decide which is better of the two. Okay, and so nimetengeza categories 8. There's 1 design, then there's number 2 build quality, there's number 3 display, there's number 4 nimeweka performance, number 5 nimeweka camera, number 6 nimeweka battery, number 7 nimeweka software, na number 8 nimeweka pricing. Okay, so we start with the design. And kulingana na utafiti wangu, what I have realized is that both phones have good and bad designs. Okay, and starting with the A16, when you look at the back is simple, but front yake iko na ile U notch. Okay, the U notch is an outdated feature. It also has a U chin, a very big chin. Okay, for the Redmi Note 14, design yake ya nyuma is not really good, but the front design iko nzuri sana because it has very good bezels na iko na punch hole camera. So kulingana na mimi if I were me, I would choose the Redmi Note 14 on the design. Okay, but I don't know what you think of the design. Maybe you would love the Samsung A16 better. Well, that is why I'm saying design is relative. Okay, so kwangu mimi the Note 14 has a better design. Okay, and going next to the build quality, you realize that both phones, the Redmi Note 14 and the Samsung A16, ziko IP54 rated, meaning they have water and dust. They are water and dust resistant. For them, they all have a plastic back. A16 na Note 14 zote ziko na a plastic back, but the Note 14 iko na aluminum frame. Alright, the A16 now iko na a plastic frame. Okay, so we all know that the aluminum is better than plastic. And the other thing is the Note 14 has a Corning Gorilla Glass 5 protection na A16 haina. So on the build quality, the Note 14 has it. Okay, hiyo hakuna kuongea, the Note 14 has a better build quality. Now going next to our third category about the display, on checking I realized that the Note 14 has a better display. Okay, because why? There's one thing, both have the same resolution, ni 1080p, zote ni 1080p. Display zote ni the same, it is AMOLED display, but the Note 14 has a better refresh rate, 120 Hz. Okay, so the Note 14 has 120 Hz refresh rate, the A16 has 90 Hz, but that is a very minor spec. It is not very easy to kuona physically ama practically, but on paper we will say that the Note 14 is better. Then we go to the next category, which is number 4, performance. What I noticed is the Note 14 has a Helio G99 Ultra chipset. Okay, the A16 has Helio G99 plain. Okay, G99 Ultra of course is a bit faster than the G99. So if you even run both processors, if you run the G99 Ultra on the Note 14 and the G99 on the geek benchmarks, you realize that the G99 Ultra is faster. So in this category performance, the Note 14 again wins. Now going to our fifth category yenye ni camera, we are comparing the Note 14 and the A16 on the camera. Now I will break it down for you simply. We will look at both, which phone is better for photos and which is better for videos, okay? Those two, it are split. So if we look at the camera specs, Redmi Note 14, you realize that Redmi Note 14 iko na 108 megapixel main camera, 2 megapixel macro camera, and 2 megapixel depth sensor, okay? For the A16, iko na 50 megapixel main camera, 5 megapixel ultra wide camera, na 2 megapixel micro camera, right? That is for the back camera, okay? So one thing I realized is, and this is a fact, the A16 produces better photos than the Note 14. So in photos, the A16 wins. Kwa sababu gani? The A16 has a 5 ultra wide lens, which the Note 14 doesn't have, okay? But for videos, the Note 14 has it. Why? Because the Note 14 iko na stabilization. The videos on the Note 14 are more stabilized than on the A16. So the Note 14 wins on video, and kuchukua video, Note 14 ni better. Kuchukua photos, ni A16 ni better. And this applies even to on the selfie camera, okay? Because selfie camera ya A16 inachukua better photos, and the selfie camera ya A16 ni 13 megapixel, but it takes better photos than 20 megapixel selfie camera ya Note 14, okay? But the Note 14 takes better selfie videos, okay, than the A16, alright? So hapo kwa camera sasa kuna hiyo mix. So if you want better videos, the Note 14 has it. If you want better photos, the A16 has it, okay? So the other category ni category number 6, which is the battery. Hapa kwa battery, the Note 14 has it. Why? Note 14 iko na 5500 mAh battery. The A16 has 5000 mAh battery. Kuongeza zaidi, the Note 14 has a faster charging ability, 33 watts. This one, the A16 has 25 watts, okay? And other thing is, with the Note 14, you get a brick, you get an adapter. With the A16, you have to buy an adapter separate, okay? So the battery, Note 14 imeshinda. Then the other category in software, we are comparing software on both phones. The Samsung Galaxy A16 runs on what we call One UI, okay? And the Note 14 runs on what we call Redmi Mi UI. Looking at both the UIs, you realize that the One UI on Samsung is better. Because why? It is more stable, and it is more, you get longevity on it. What do I mean longevity? You get 7 years of major software updates on this one, okay? So this software, the Samsung software, is more stable, and you get more updates for a longer period of time. So on software, Samsung has it. Then my last category is pricing. Currently pricing hapa, yes gadgets, this Note 14, Redmi Note 14, 6GB RAM, 128 internal storage goes for 21,450. This Samsung A16, which is 6GB RAM, 128 internal storage, goes for 21,000 Kenya shillings. So what do you guys think of the overall review of both two phones, okay? It is upon you to decide, but kulingana na vile nimewambia, you can see overally the Note 14 is the winner. So karibuni sana na asante kwa kuattend hii class and being so attentive and patient. See you on the next lesson.